Well, hello and welcome to Producer Dan. I'm Dan. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. So today I want to talk to you about my 11 rack, which is right back here. It's this orange piece of equipment that's been in the background. It's a guitar amplifier and effects modeler, and it's excellent. I've owned this for about 9 years, and I wouldn't do without it. If it does break down by chance, I'm going to buy another one. That's how much I love it. It's made by the company that designed Pro Tools. Now, they've since discontinued this unit, but they still support it on their website with the different drivers and editors that you'll need for your computer if you need those. It's a wonderful piece of equipment that I'm dying to tell you about. It does many different things. It models different amplifier heads, cabinet sizes, different guitar stomp box effects, and guitar effects. Any of those things that are available in the real world are available in this unit virtually, and they sound excellent. This unit is perfect for a studio situation like this, a small home studio or a large studio. They should have one of these in their arsenal as well. Any live performers can take this unit on stage with them and hook directly into the PA system, or run it through a speaker cabinet on stage, or both. Or run it through one of their favorite amplifiers and just use the effects that provides. It also is a guitar tuner. It's also an interface. It has a input in the front for a microphone, and you can use it as an interface with your computer. So it does everything. One of the other amazing things about this unit is it was designed with something that they call True Z, which matches the impedance of your guitar pickups. A real amplifier will have a certain response to whichever guitar type or pickup types that you're using, and this unit matches that same feel. So anyone who has had a lot of experience playing through amplifiers will find this a very nice experience, as it feels like you're actually playing through an amplifier. Now, when these were sold by Avid, they came with Pro Tools. That's actually why I switched to Pro Tools. I was using Logic before this, and when I purchased this, it came with Pro Tools, and that was what I thought was my chance to make the conversion, and I did, and I couldn't be happier. This works very well in conjunction with Pro Tools as an interface. You can record your signals through Pro Tools using this as sort of a plug-in. Also, there's no latency with this machine. It processes everything outside of the computer. You plug it into your system as you would any line in or any amplifier situation. I'll also show you how to use it through your computer screen, as it does come with the 11 rack editor that shows you all of the different amp situations and stomp boxes, and all of the controls are easily accessed with your computer screen, which is very convenient. So what I'd like to do now is show you the front panel of the 11 rack and show you what all the buttons do and what the displays do. I'll take you around the back of the machine and show you all of the outputs and inputs on the back, and then we'll demonstrate some guitar sounds and how to actually use and model the different amplifier and effects situations. Alright, here we are. Now we're looking at the front of the 11 rack, and let's just start from this side. Obviously we have the power switch, which is really nice metal, kind of gives you that vintage feel, and there's a display. Next we have the volume knob, which controls the level output of the entire machine. It doesn't have much to do with the rig volume or the gain in the machine. Next we have these really cool chicken head knobs, which illuminate and correspond to the different knobs that you see here in the display. Next we have the edit and back button, which takes you through the rig setups. As we scroll through using the scroll button, you can scroll through the rig setup, the amplifier, the cabinet, the effects loop, the delay, the reverb. If we land on the amplifier, it shows you the model. It's the plexiglass 50 watt. Here, these knobs are lit up corresponding to the knobs you see on the display. And this shows you that there are 4 pages on this rig, which you can scroll through like this. Now to get out of it, you just hit the Edit Back button again, and that'll take you to the original display settings. This button, the SW1, takes you through different stomp boxes that are set up. You can see that we have some effects highlighted here, like the delay and reverb. These can be turned on and off by these buttons, this delay button, the reverb button. All of your effects will be highlighted here. For example, if I hit the delay, you can see delay is highlighted here. If I bypass the delay, it turns off here and it turns off there. So that makes it very convenient to control your rig without having to go through all of the scrolls. Also, this display can also be displayed on your computer, and I will show you that a little later. This particular setting is called Crunchy 50. That's a preset. There are 104 presets. These are very good places to start. You can have fun just scrolling through these and listening to the different sounds, and then you can go and tweak using the Edit Back button, which I showed you earlier. Now as we move on, you can see this button is blinking. This is the tempo. You set the tempo by tapping this. So it'll sense the tempo, and that makes it nice for you to set your delay timing and also your tremolo timing. And as we move down, we've got a headphone jack, which is very handy. You don't even need speakers to use this. Just plug in your headphones and you can practice. Here's an input, a mic input. As I said before, this is an interface, so you can use this as a vocal interface and also a guitar interface. Below that we have the output to amplifier left, and on the back is the output to amplifier right. You can still get that stereo sound with some of these stereo effects that you have available to you. And so now let's turn it around and go quickly over what's on the back. So the first thing you see is the effects loop sends and returns. You can use outboard effects with this as well. Next over we have the main output, and there's left and right. And also a ground lift you can press if you're hearing some humming. And below that there's a line input, left and right. And up top in the center is what I mentioned before, the output to the amplifier, and that is the right side of the stereo channel, and you can use that independently if you want. And below that is MIDI in and out. So next we have the digital in and out, and there's also a SPDIF in and out if you need that. And next to that is the UBS port, which you plug into your computer to use the editing software, which I'll explain to you in just a second. Okay, so here we are in front of the computer. I have my 11 rack over here to my right, and I apologize for the iPhone. I'm using both cameras now, and I also have the 11 rack editor screen on the computer for you to see as well. So here we are. I've chosen this one preset. It's my favorite. It's the Crunchy 50. So there's nice distortion there. There's a little delay here you can see, and some reverb. And just for demonstration's sake, I'll take off the delay and reverb and you can hear the difference. Right now there's no delay, just reverb. I'll take off the reverb. Nice and dry. And that's all here just with the touch of a button. So I'm going to put everything back on, and let's go to the amp and the cabinet that this particular preset uses. Here are the amp types listed here. Right now it's set to an amp head, which is a 68 plexiglass 50 watt. And it's going through a cabinet that has 4 12-inch speakers. And here are all the cabinet choices. So again, here is what it sounds like with the 4 12-inch speakers. All right, nice and full. Let's take it down to the 1 8-inch speaker and let's listen to the difference. Not quite as full, a little thinner, and that could be okay if you want that just to have its own frequency and cut through the mix. But I'm going to put it back on the 412s. Here's the amp head. You can really make all kinds of changes here if you want. Let's take the bass down. Definitely a difference there. Now, another thing that they offer is the choice of microphones on the cabinet, and you can make those changes here. Right now, we have a dynamic 409, miking the cabinet on access, and you can change that to off access and get a slightly different sound. So here's a list of the microphone choices available. We have, 4 different dynamic choices. Here's an SM57. And let's see, here's a different condenser mic. You can hear a difference. This is going to be a little more full. All right, and let's try the ribbon. So definitely a different sound there. So if you had preferences, if you wanted to experiment with different microphones, you can do that with this. So we'll look at the different options available so you can see what they've packed into this thing. So here's the reverb. Here are the choices of different reverbs. Right now we're using the 11SR, but you could change that to the black pedal spring reverb. And here are the different delays. 3 choices of different delays there. Again, these are all emulated from very popular items that are already available to you. The modular effects, let's take a look at those. Here's a chorus available, the vibrato, a flanger, a multi-chorus, the orange phaser, the roto speaker, which is kind of fun. I'll put that on. And here are the different distortions available for you. That's the black op distortion, the DC distortion, the green JRC overdrive, tri-knob fuzz, and the white boost. And there's also a wah pedal, a couple choices there. And when this was designed, they also came up with a couple of different products that were designed especially for the 11 rack. Ground control by Voodoo Lab. That can be used as a foot control for the stomp box options. And they also sell a foot pedal called Mission Engineering EP11S, and that's available through Sweetwater. So I think that gives you a general idea of what this can do and the controls, and I hope I showed you enough, and I really can't say enough about this unit. I know it's not a new unit, and there are other things available now, different phone apps that you can use, or smaller earphone amps, systems that are nice, but I think this still is a nice choice for a studio setup or live setup. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like the content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.